Hi everyone, Sean Barton here from Tortoise IT. Now you normally know me from Tortoise IT, but today I'm here talking to you from SitePresser. SitePresser is a new business venture that Melissa Love from the Design Space and I have put together, and it's to promote this fantastic new plugin of ours, which we're hoping will absolutely revolutionize the distribution and migration of your work. I have done a few really cringe-worthy videos for my YouTube channel with me driving around, because I drive around a lot. I've got a lot of kids. I've got 4 kids. All right, not a lot. It's a lot for some people, but and I drive them around quite a bit because they have clubs and classes, and I seem to be in my car quite a lot. And so I thought it would be quite a fun place to sit and make a impromptu, unscripted, all my videos are unscripted because I'll just be reading the whole thing, video, just to tell you about what I'm doing. Now, the caveat is, I'm sitting on my drive right now because we are in the midst of the COVID-19 crisis, and it's not pleasant for anybody. Now, we've all got to stay in our sort of houses and sort of localities, so we don't go outside. And I'm sure that a lot of the other people around the world who are watching this will be inside right now looking for some quality YouTube content to read, to watch, whatever, and hopefully this will come into that category, or just bored and want to work out what's new. Hopefully though, you'll all be wanting to know what SitePresser can do for your business. Now, SitePresser.io is the domain name for those people who don't want to sit through the next God knows how long about me making it up as I go along. So let's fast forward past all that blither because, well, I'm not driving anywhere, nowhere to be, so let's have a quick intro to what this plugin does, and then I'm going to go in and hopefully there'll be some food waiting for me because I am starving. I don't look like it, I mean, all the chins, not good. Anyway, so SitePresser is a fantastic little plugin that I've written that basically allows you primarily to package up your work and move it somewhere else. It builds a plugin. It's quite a cool concept, really. But the logic is that I don't know if anybody here, just me, anybody who's watching has ever built a child theme or a layout pack, or done a piece of work and has wanted to sort of distribute it to, you know, the community, or sell it, or, you know, you wanted to kind of sort of build out a child theme, or, you know, a little site, a demo site or something, and you want to say, hey guys, have this, isn't it cool, or buy this, you know, it's great. You know as well as I do, if you've ever bought anything from Theme Forest, particularly in the old days before they got quite clever, is that you look at the demo site and you go, oh, that looks nice, I'll have that, and you buy the theme or whatever, and you install the zip file, and then not much else. It's not that often you get much of a sort of an onboarding process here. So primarily that means then that either you end up disappointed with the product that you've bought because it looks rubbish, even though it's perfectly capable of building the demo site that you saw and bought, or it'll generate support tickets where people go, well, this is not what I expected. Generally speaking, still quite negative. And what SitePresser allows you to do is try to avoid all that, because it allows you to provide your customers with a package which will create or import this sort of demo site setting, demo site layout, content, settings, everything, and files, and including any extras, plugins and all that stuff, in one simple zip file. So rather than having a zip and a massive readme and lots of other zips and some XML files and some JSON files to, you know, with videos and things explaining how to use stuff, you basically make your demo site, the site that, you know, to showcase what you've done, as we all do when we sell our stuff. Not me, because I'm lazy, but everyone else does. Who does it properly does it. And you install SitePresser and you press go, and that's it. And it says, well done, you've created a site package. Click here to download it, and you get a zip file, and that zip file is what you can then upload to your marketplace website, upload to your site to sell, upload to your blog, stick it on social media, doesn't matter. That is the installable plugin itself, which then kind of creates that site. It has all the files in plugin form, which that person will need. At that point, you can disable SitePresser from the demo site if you want, or you can leave it there in case you want to export again. I don't know about you, but I like to change things all the time, so I just leave it there, and then the next time that you want to export, you press go again and create a new zip and distribute that one, or call it version 2, whatever you want to do. It works beautifully. So this zip file that people end up receiving by some means, they'll go, right, okay, fantastic, I've bought this now, I can download it, and they will upload it as a plugin, no matter whether it's a theme or a plugin. It's always a plugin because it's an installer plugin, and to install it as a plugin onto this site that you want to import it into, it doesn't have to be a brand new site. It's normally going to be a brand new site, but if you're changing model or changing design and you want to bring in a new site, you just upload the zip and it's there. So once you've activated the plugin, you go to the SitePresser or the site importer page as it's shown as. It is fully white labelable, so the zip file and the name of the plugin that does all the importing, including all the branding, so the name, the version, the author, the description, and the logos and stuff that it shows, are all yours. You can put them in there, including information like your welcome video, your documentation link, your contact link, all goes into that optionally. So as part of the export process, if you fill in those boxes, then your import process will show a nice white labeled plugin, self-extracting theme package, site package, whatever you want to call it. Fantastic. So anyway, back to reality. They activate the plugin, they go to the import page, the settings page for this plugin, which is nice and clear, and select what they want to import, or they can watch the video or whatever you want to do, depending if it's there. They press go, and then it does all the content, it does all the images that go with the site. It brings in any widgets that you've used, it brings in any menus, it brings in the theme itself. If there's a parent theme, it uploads that as well. It uploads any plugins that you were using or that you selected to export from the old site. So for instance, I know Melissa likes to use an Instagram plugin, so we've got full support for that, and so many different plugins and things, but particularly things like galleries and stuff like that, it can all come across. Elementor, page builder, it can come across as well. What's cool is that the system knows whether or not the plugin or the theme that you're exporting is in the WordPress repository or not, and so it doesn't actually put those files into the zip file because that would be massive. It just goes install Elementor. All right, I will, and that's it. If the plugin is not in the WordPress repository, it will zip up the child theme and or plugins from your original site, and it will put those into the zip file for you. Everything is catered for. It's all in that one package. What WordPress can get from the repository, it will get, and what it can't, it will be in that zip. All there, ready to go. So when you press import on this new site that you're building, or the customer site, it'll import all the images from the zip, so nice and fast. It'll grab all the content, widgets, menus, customize the settings. It'll set the home page for you. And if you're using Divi or Elementor, depending on which add-on you're using, it'll bring in if it's a Divi, it'll bring in the Divi library, Divi theme builder settings, the headers and footers and all that stuff. It'll bring in the Divi theme options page, and it will hook up all the IDs and things. So you might have said that page ID number 3 is linked to from that page, or this menu by ID is in this page, or whatever. This plugin goes through every occurrence of every ID that it knows about, and it will replace them with the IDs of the imported versions of those in the new site. That means that once you've completed the import, there will be no reference to your demo site whatsoever all the images that are shown on your site, your logos, all the configurations, fonts, the lot, are all hosted from your server, which means if our server ever goes down, heaven forbid, then you're not going to be reliant on any resources from our server whatsoever. Also, it's a speed thing, and also, you know, if you want to replace those images, as we expect you will do, I mean, it's a demo site, right? Then it's all going to be served from your site, so you're not having to you're not having to worry about where we're hosting files. So there you go, that's quite cool, isn't it? Anyway, Elementor. The Elementor version brings in all the Elementor content, and again, it replaces all the IDs out, so any IDs and things that are referenced from within the body, your Elementor theme builder is all incorporated, the Elementor library. God, what else have we got? It's so much stuff. All the different Elementor settings. Doesn't bring across any API keys. Because quite frankly, I don't know about you, but if I package up my work, I don't really want to provide them with a free API key for all the add-ons that I'm using, because why would you? So we do exclude that. So for things like Elementor Pro, you know, sometimes you, obviously once you've imported it, you'll have to obviously install the appropriate plugins and activate those. The Divi one actually doesn't bring across Divi either, because Divi is a premium theme. So it actually has support for prerequisites. So it asks you to install Divi first. So it actually guides the user through that process and said, well, I'm sorry, we can't continue with this import because you don't have Divi. And then, of course, the user goes, well, I know about Divi because I bought that, because that's why I bought a Divi child theme. So they're going to install that, and then they come back and they run the importer. So there's no, it's not going to get halfway through an import and then stop because it's run into you know, an issue like that. And then, now what's cool is, talking about rerunning an import, if the import does stop, I don't know, server times out, your internet connection dies, server falls over, whatever, if the import stops for any reason, you can just press go again and it won't re-import any content. So, you know, with a lot of these systems, you know, if you press import a few times because you're getting quite annoyed with, oh no, that image didn't come across, we'll press go again. What could happen is you could end up with 2 or 3 copies of the same posts in there, the same images come into the media library, it becomes a massive mess very quickly. Well, this knows that you've imported certain images, content, whatever, and it just goes, okay, well, we'll skip that. Fantastic. Which actually makes the subsequent import faster. So anything it's missed the first time around, if, you know, for whatever reason that happened, then you just run it again and magically it's all there. So really, really cool. Now, to keep it lightweight, the plugin is provided as a base plugin which supports WordPress, content, so I should have mentioned all the taxonomies come across, so tags, categories, all that stuff, and all those relationships are all maintained. So anyway, so the base plugin itself supports plugins, themes, menus, God, what else? There's so much. Widgets, homepage selection, custom CSS, customizer, etc. There's also support built in for a number of the most popular themes out there. So we've got, for Elementor, there's the Hello Elementor theme, we've got Astra, we've got GeneratePress, Ocean WP, and Page Builder Framework. More to be added. So any theme that has its own custom theme options page and any extra functionality that they offer will all be built into the core plugin itself, where possible. Now, Divi, of course, being a much bigger theme with many more options, the builder itself and the theme builder is much more complicated, and so all that functionality is built into like an add-on pack. And what's so cool about the SitePresser framework, if you will, the SitePresser plugin, is it has support for as many add-ons as you like. So if it's a Divi site, you add the Divi add-on, which is sold as part of one of the packages that we're doing. Coming very soon is the WooCommerce add-on, for instance. So if you want to provide, you know, a bunch of WooCommerce products, categories, variations, all that stuff, you'll install the WooCommerce add-on. And you're thinking, well, hang on, won't the user then, the person who buys it then, have to have several versions of the same, you know, several copies of a plugin so it can import properly? No. What's quite cool is the add-ons only need to be on the exporting site. So you add a couple of plugins with add-ons and things, depending on what you're doing, onto the exporting site. And we figure you're only ever going to use one, maybe two. So, you're going to be using the base plugin and Divi, or the base plugin and Elementor. And you might want to include there's a learning package we're writing for Lifter LMS and LearnDash, and WooCommerce, for instance. So you might have a really complicated site, or really kind of a Lifter theme. So you're going to have 2 or 3 plugins on there. When you export, SitePresser will grab the files that it needs to grab to handle the import at the other end, all into that one zip file. So you only ever provide to your customers one zip file. The process is always exactly the same, apart from the options might vary depending on which add-ons that you had when you exported. So it really is like this Lego plugin to allow you to package up your work, your child themes, your layout packs. You could have stub websites, so I'm going to be using it for a lot of my stub websites, because there's a number of plugins that I kind of go to all the time, and it's fantastic just to go, right, I'll upload this zip, and would it be great to have some content in there and some plugins activated, example, basic WooCommerce website, or it could be, a basic classified adverts website or something, or a directory, or a calendar website, all in one zip. So I'm going to have those sat on a shelf somewhere. I'm going to go, right, customer, fantastic, you want that sort of site, do you? There you go, upload that zip, bosh, done. It's just a good kind of cookie cutter start for building my websites for me as a professional developer. But initially, our kind of core group of people who we think we're most likely to get a lot of value out of this are child theme creators and layout pack creators, and people who'd like to move websites from one place to another. Okay, so there's 2 main kind of groups of people there, and hey, if you've got any requests for us, please let us know. I am absolutely thrilled to have sat here for 17 minutes and 15 seconds on my drive. I'm getting messages on Facebook from my wife who's saying, "What are you doing? That's a bit daft, isn't it?" And yes, I agree, it is daft. And so yeah, I'm going to stop now. But yeah, I'm thrilled to have been able to talk to you about SitePresser. SitePresser.io. Go and have a look at the website, and please do get in touch with us if you've got any questions. We've got a Facebook group, which all the links are on the website, and we'd love to have a chat with you about it. Otherwise, do stay safe. I'm hoping that this pandemic passes us by and disappears, so we can all go out and start seeing our clients again. But for the meantime, I'm going to go into my house and stay safe. So goodbye everyone, and happy April 2020. Bye bye.